Hello everybody. I'm Jaidev Singh Jolly, and I have more than 2 decades of corporate experience. I'm MBA in business strategy as well as MBA in human resources and a facilitator in human processes from Indian Society of Applied Behavioral Sciences and quality auditor in integrated management system from TUV, Switzerland. For the last 4 years, I am working as a business coach for small and medium enterprises and also doing career coaching for a lot of youngsters. Welcome today. You are students of one of the best institutions, educational institutions in India, that is MIT. And MIT has done great work by starting this online interaction with industry veterans. Let me hope that I am able to add a lot of value today. And the topic today is career planning of over 36 years. During my tenure, I've seen a lot of us make a lot of mistakes in their career. So as you are youngsters, you are going to start your career. I hope I am able to add some value in the next 20-25 minutes and act as a beacon for all of you. Let me start by sharing a PPT. Let me know if my presentation is visible to all of you. So the topic today is designing your career. See, career post MBA can be divided into 5 major phases. The phase 1 is 0 to 3 years. Phase 2nd is 4 to 8 years. Phase 3 is 9 to 15 years. And phase 4 is 16 to 25 years. And phase 5 is 26 to 36 years. Normally, we assume that a career is worth 36 years. The span of career is 36 years. And we require different strategies in different phases. If you use the same strategy, you will find as the situation changes, you will be in a duck. You will be in a situation where you are not able to get out. And I've seen a lot of people getting frustrated in the middle career, in the 8 years to 15 years period, when they are not aware what to do next. So let's see what we need to do to design our career. I'm sure this is an interesting topic, isn't it? Great. Let's start. See, doing MBA is like becoming an egg, unborn, unaware, must. As you are an egg ke andar, if you see the chuja is very happy. He does not have to do anything. He is just happy. Khana bhi mil raha hai, sab kuch mil raha hai. And when we are student or parents are paying for us, or teachers come in the class and teach us, we just have to give exam and we remain must and about whatever is happening in the outside world, and still we get our good grades, right? But when you enter the corporate world, it is almost like becoming a newly hatched chicken. Amazed, frightened, excited. When you will get your first job, you will be excited. Wow, now this company, I've got this salary package, this, that, this location, etc. But you will also be frightened. Kya hoga? Kaisa hoga? What will be my career? Who will be my boss? Will I set in? Will I fit in? Will I be able to perform? And then you are amazed by the different ways the organizations function, which is the real world, which even if your teachers do their best, they are not able to simulate in the classroom. So if we don't take a step back to reflect on our career moves, chances are you may ruin your career or you may get stuck. How not to do that? Let's start with what are the do's and don'ts in the first phase, that is 0 to 3 year period, the most critical period when you will be starting your career. Don't choose your first company based on location or salary package. I repeat, don't choose your first company based on location or salary package. Your priority should be job profile. Kaam kya hai? Practical. The job profile you choose, which you stick to for the first 3 years or 4 years of your career, will determine next phase of your career growth, and the salary will be much higher. You will recover whatever losses you may perceive that you are not getting because your friend may be getting higher salary, starting salary. You will recover if you make your base strong, and that can be made strong if your job profile is good. Always give importance to job profile much more than the salary package. That is one mistake which a lot of people do when they start their career. They give more importance to salary and sometimes to the brand. There are very big companies which give you, they hire you, they give you good environment, but they put you in a very small corner in the organization. You become a very small piece in a big jigsaw puzzle, and you remain stuck there for decades together. Never criticize your manager, company in front of friends, colleagues, or social media ever. I'm sure you must be aware, whatever you write on the social media, that is almost like an imprint that remains there forever. Even if they say if Earth is not there anymore, still Google Baba, somebody will come and find out what is written on the Google Baba. The database and their copies are so much. So be very careful. Never criticize your manager, never criticize your company, not even in front of your friends and colleagues. Remain silent. Must absorb, observe, and be silent and learn. Another thing which I find is in youngsters, there is a lot of anxiety or excitement. They keep changing their jobs too frequently. Sometimes they also get good job offers. But what has happens is that once they are ready, say 5 or 7 or 8 years down the line, when they want to again change the job for betterment, the organization, the interviewer asks you, why you change your job so frequently in the beginning of your career? And you don't have good answers. See, and you lose out on a lot of good opportunities because by that time, the recruiter, the company wants a stable person, not only a capable person, but also a stable person. And your background that you had changed your job frequently in the beginning of your career comes as a barrier and making the next move. And that happens 5 or 8 years down the line. By that time, you cannot undo the last command. And in the beginning of the career, if you have 3 or 4 years of stable company, you have stayed in one company for 3 to 4 years, again you change and stayed in the next company for 3 or 3.5 years, your chances of getting another company at a very high salary, almost 50 to 70% hike, is much higher. Sometimes it happens that you don't like your company, but still I would request you to at least remain with your first organization for 2 years, minimum 2 years, and then next organization for at least 3 years. Taki, in a period of 5 years, you can only show that you have changed job once. That is good enough. There was a time when jobs were aplenty and people were less. So people were getting job opportunity and they were jumping fast. That happened almost a decade ago. But now the industry has come to a plateau. And especially during COVID, it has gone through a downturn. Now the people who are seeking jobs are high, whereas the number of jobs in the industry are low. So they have the right to reject you just on the basis of that you have changed your jobs frequently. So beware. But it may happen that you select a job and you don't like it in the beginning itself. My humble request is, if you want to change the job, your first job, change within the next 3 months, which you can eliminate from your CV itself, saying that you have not even got the job right now. But my humble request is, still do that only if you have got another job in hand, right? If the job is too toxic, leave it in the next first 3 months. That's it. And don't keep changing your jobs in search of an ideal job, which does not even exist. In every job, you have to do compromises. You have to do adjustments. Be mentally prepared, very strongly mentally prepared for that. When you are a kid, you are taken care of by others, your parents, तुम्हारे नखरे सहते हैं. Teachers also sometimes give you a lot of leverage, both in school, college, and then in MBA. ठीक है यार, कर दे assignment. That's it. But your accountability will be much higher when you are part of a professional organization, and you will be under pressure. Many people are not able to. Many brilliant people are not able to take that pressure on themselves, and then they become irritated. I've done a lot of coaching and counseling for these type of students, brilliant students from IIMs, who are not able to cope up with different type of people. They are not able to understand one simple fact. Ideal job does not exist. जहाँ सब कुछ perfect होगा and only you have to deliver as per your wish, ऐसा नहीं होता है. That does not exist. So अपने दिमाग से भूत निकाल दीजिए. Do develop an attitude of adjusting by observing in a non-judgmental attitude. Observe क्या हो रहा है आसपास. Your managers, your super manager, your customers, your colleagues, वो कैसे behave कर रहे हैं. What is the culture of this organization? What are the do's and don'ts of a culture of an organization? Observe, absorb. Become a part of the cycle. Don't try to show off that you are more smart or intelligent than them. Just adjust and be a part of it. It takes sometimes 3 to 6 months to sometimes to just adjust. Perfectly okay. That is the time you will be given by good companies. By small companies, they may not give you that time, but that's your job to adjust. Do develop patience, humility, and smiling disposition. By getting professional coaching, meditation, maintaining a diary, improving your emotional intelligence, learn more about yourself during this period. Maintain an online depository of knowledge about your company's process and products, your company's competitors' process and product, best practices in your industry. अगर आप एक डायरी बना लेते हैं ऑनलाइन, गूगल बाबा पे बनाइए, and keep recording whatever you observe daily in the organization. Whatever the documents you come across, weekend पे उसके बारे में कमेंट लिखिए, उसकी रिसर्च कीजिए ऑनलाइन. What are the practices that your company is doing? Learn about more about the practices and make records, make notes, online notes. You won't believe if you follow even this practice how much fruitful it can be. I have still those records which I started maintaining almost 20 years ago. In whichever organization I worked, I always used to maintain a record. मेरा system क्या है, company में process क्या है, and उसकी theory क्या है. So whenever I would go to the next organization to give an interview, I was very easily able to convince the interviewer that I not only have theoretical knowledge, I have a very good practical knowledge. Practical मैं कर चुका हूँ, and theory I have learned, and they were impressed. Liked it. Start using this technology, this technique once you join an organization. Now, if you do all of these things, then you will start seeing changes in your market positioning, if I may use this word. Market position means आपकी value market में ज़्यादा हो जाएगी. You will be able to fetch more salary and better designation and role in the next 4 to 8 years of period, if you do whatever I just advise you in the first 3 years. Nowadays, most of the organization always do verification. So whatever your colleagues and friends and boss tell about you, that will be handy for the next employer to hire you. So be very careful how you maintain your relations with people around you. By that time, by 4 to 8 years of period, you might have become a pro. Now you are professional. You have become expert in your area of expertise. You have already worked in that area for 3 years. हो सकता है आपको promotion मिल चुकी हो. You might have got the promotion. नहीं है तो ठीक है. You will start looking for a change. That is perfectly okay. You will get another organization. This is the time to build your leadership skills. Why? Because now you may be working. You may have a team reporting into you. 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. So start reading self-help books. Start attending behavioral skills training program. Hire the services of a business coach if required. Why? Because from now onwards, it is not only your technical skills which will help you to get to the next promotion. It will be your leadership skills, your people management skills, which will be observed very keenly by the next employer as well as by your next boss, or if you are in the same organization, by your present bosses to give you the next opportunity. So you may be good, you may be average, but it's always better to do self-learning. Some organizations may spend money on you. They may send you to trainings. They may hire trainers to train you, but many of the organizations may not do that. So don't feel bad about it. Start investing on yourself. And that is the best investment you can ever make on yourself. For the last 4 years, I'm not so-called employed in any corporate, but I'm earning good money. I have, I have, I have some parallel businesses running. And how I get the business? As a coach, because of the credibility and the kind of heavy duty profile which people see about me. That has come about because I used to spend a lot of time and money on my own development, right? Of course, that will be the time when you will also get married and settle down. So here I would also like to add in my last page that when you get married or get settled down, so the priorities also change in life. For the first 3 or 4 years, you are totally focused on your career, but now the priority may become somebody else who comes in your life, your spouse. Sometimes your parents may also require your help. They may get they that may be the time when they would get retired, or their health may be deteriorating, and you need to focus on them also. So start creating a balance. Don't feel irritated. Everybody goes through the phase. Career bhi chalta hai or family bhi chalti hai, right? And you have to create a balance. Now let's move to the next phase of career phase, that is 9 to 15 years. Now you may be an HOD, head of the department, or maybe regional head in a company. Punjab region, Delhi region, you may be heading that region if you are marketing. Or this is the time to re-educate and reinvent yourself. Whatever you might have learned in the beginning of your career may not be useful now. Or if you keep doing the same thing, you will get the same result and the same salary. Now, organization will not be interested in promoting you just because you have 9 or 15 years of experience. I repeat, just because you have 9 to 15 years of experience, you are not going to get your next promotion now easily. Until unless you study the trend in the industry, find out the upcoming trends, enroll for executive courses, and update yourself. The speed with which the organizations are changing, the market scenario is changing, the whole environment is changing, the business scenarios are changing, businesses are dying, new businesses are upcoming. After 15 years down the line, you cannot depend कि अभी चूंकि मेरे पास पिछले 15 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है, मुझे नेक्स्ट प्रमोशन मिलनी चाहिए या मुझे राइज मिलना चाहिए. It is not going to happen. And that is where I find a lot of people get stuck. And they remain in that level of HOD or regional head level for almost a decade, next decade. If you don't want to get a rut in that, you have to spend time and energy on finding out what new is happening in the industry. You may be hard pressed for time. You may be, because of regional head or HOD level, your time will be spent, you will be spending too much time on your work. Then there will be responsibilities of your families also. But still you have to find time and energy to re-educate yourself. Otherwise, you will remain stuck here. Choice is yours. Some people say, नहीं यार मैं खुश हूँ, मैं मस्त हूँ. This is the level I wanted to reach. I've reached. ठीक है, जो होगा ठीक है. Choice is yours. But if you're ambitious, you want to rise further, you have to re-educate yourself. Sometimes drastically in a 90-degree perpendicular angle. Right? Now let's move to the next phase, that is career phase, 16 to 25 years. You might have become a vice president, equivalent of vice president by this time. You are a business head. You are running a whole business, maybe India head, Sri Lanka head, South Asian head. If you have risen fast enough, reasonably fast. If you are happy, keep it on, relax. यहीं तक तो पहुंचना था, पहुंच गए. You might have reached the zenith of your own capability. Designation is something else. Reaching the zenith of your capability is something else. So if you keep doing whatever I advised in the last 3-4 slides, you might have reached the zenith of your capability. You might not be able to reach further, and you should be consciously aware. Deep self-reflection is required. Deep self-awareness is required to be able to know that yes, मैं इसी level का आदमी था, मैं यहाँ तक पहुँच गया हूँ. Be happy, relax. इससे ज़्यादा आप नहीं बन पाएंगे. Make peace with yourself. But if ever your next opportunity comes, that will come from networking with people. It will not come from Naukri.coms of the world. If you know the people, the right people in the right organization in different parts of India or world, they may refer you. If you are seen as an industry expert, people may call you. If you are an innovator in your industry, you will be valued. If none of these three things is true for you, you will be again stuck. This is interesting. It looks like very far off in your career, but time guzarte pata nahi lagta dosto. Time flies like anything. And I found a lot of people who are average have reached a level where they should not have reached, and now they have made peace with themselves. They are neither able to get out of where they are, nor they are able to get any new opportunity. Then comes the last phase of your career, 26 to 36 years. Now you are either retired or retiring. This is the time to start giving back to the society. Become a startup mentor, join a business school as a faculty, enjoy and relax. And whatever you have learned throughout your career, start giving it back to the next generation. जो हमारे पुराने अगर शास्त्रों में देखा जाए तो they used to call it वानप्रस्थ. वन में चाहिए, मेडिटेशन कीजिए और दूसरों को, नई जनरेशन जो वहां पढ़ने के लिए आती है, उन्हें ज्ञान दीजिए. This is very briefly, in around I think 20 minutes, I have covered how one should plan one's career. Now I'm open to the questions, if you have any. What is marketed? Anirban has asked. Can you please clarify your question? Where did I use this word marketed? You have to, I was talking about, you have to market yourself. A person has to market himself to be able to go to the next level. Is this the context in which I use this word? Please clarify, Anirban. I'm looking at your screen right now. MET, another question has come. What are the key skills needed to stay relevant to your career? Key skills will depend upon the kind of role you choose for yourself. If, let us say, you have chosen marketing as one of your specialization, then e-marketing, e-learning, online marketing, digital marketing, which is very hot nowadays, becomes the key skills. But 5 or 10 years down the line, something else will become key. Networking skill to remain networked with relevant people of your industry is a key skill, which becomes relevant when you have 10 or 15 years of experience. If you are in HR, human resources, or if you are in training and development, the way I am, then the ability to create small nuggets of training modules becomes critical skills nowadays. People are not interested in attending a full day training. Training has become experiential. So designing experiential models, which are simulation of real life, becomes critical skill. If you are a business coach, the way I am, something else it becomes relevant skill. Whatever is happening in the industry, how to create SOPs, how to do business coaching, how to change behavior of leaders, how to guide them, that becomes critical skill. So critical skills will keep changing based on which part of your career you have and which industry you have chosen for yourself. And reading economics times, where the industry is going every day, reading relevant magazines of your industry, attending seminars and webinars, it's a good source of knowing the next trend that is going to happen. Yes, Mansi. So I think I'm getting the message from the team, MET, that our time was very short, 25 minutes, and we have crossed that time. I hope I was able to add very briefly, although this lecture is almost of 50 minutes, so I reduced it to 25 minutes. You can find me on the LinkedIn also, and keep in touch. If you want any advice, I'm always available. Thank you. Thank you.